Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today I'm going back again and we're going to be playing with the Pinker Times Ahead palette by Too Faced so I can really think about, do I like it? You know what I mean? I knew right off the bat I love the blush and I still do. I think that it is truly amazing, honestly. It blurs, it's blendable, it's pigmented, it's everything that you'd want, you know what I mean? So with that, I like the highlighter. It's a highlighter that you're it's a highlighter that's not like a natural highlight, like you're gonna see that, you know what I mean, and it's intended for that, so it does its job. But the eyeshadow palette, there's just something about it. Now for the blush today and highlighter and stuff, I didn't use Too Faced. I am stuck on this Becca and Chloe thing, the Chloe and Malika palette. I found this in my collection the other day, and I remember using this quite a lot when I first got this, and I am just in love with this. So I'm actually thinking that I have this, and I think I have a Tarte one down there I was talking about that I'd like to pan, and I think this may be another one I'd like to pan just because nobody can get it anymore anyway. So like I might as well use it. I have it, I might as well use it. The other thing that I found, because I've been cleaning everything out, is this. And I don't know what this is. It's like a jumbo, one of these is what it looks like. It doesn't necessarily say foundation. It just says Instant Age Rewind Eraser Treatment Makeup. It has an SPF of 18. I have it in the shade 130 Buff Beige, and it is a little light, but I used it for my foundation today. It's not bad. It really isn't bad for foundation. And then I use this for my concealer, and this is the, I don't know, brightening, I think is what it is. Yeah, it just says brightening on it, or brightener. Yeah, brightener. So I'm using that for under the eyes. To set my makeup, I pulled out my, where did it go? It's that Rimmel Stay Matte is what I use to set the rest of my face. Yeah, right here. So I'm using pretty like drugstore priced products for the face, other than the palette, of course. But let's go ahead with the eyes because there's just something that's not hit me right with this palette. And I think it's because, in all honesty, it's not that great. I said it, but let's go and play. We're going to go into this peachy color right here to start with. And I say this in the aspect of I have a lot of pastel palettes, okay? Some high-end, some drugstore. So we have ColourPop that's got palettes like this. We have Juvia's Place that's got palettes like this. We have Natasha Denona. You know, we've got pastel palettes. Glamlite. You know, like these palettes I can replicate this palette time and time again in my collection. Now, what makes it so cute? The packaging is cute. The two shades that's got like the white specks in it almost is intriguing, but they're nothing special. They're just shadow. And they're not even like the best of metallic shadows. Let me really, tell you. When applied with a spray, sure. I will say that putting them on my eyelid dry, no, it doesn't give me much like oomph, but it does lay across my eye nicely, as in I have creases, I'm getting older, I got hooded eyes, but they don't emphasize anything, okay? And if I apply it, wet, it doesn't emphasize too bad either. But I can get Charlotte Tilbury shades that won't emphasize. Natasha Denona doesn't emphasize. So with the price point, it's like, is it worth it really, And it's not. It really isn't. Now, there are some pretty shades for sure in here, absolutely, but they're not the best at all, by no means. So it's kind of a give or take situation with this palette. Like, you really have to want it if, like, and like the fact that it's not going to give you much. It'll give you something, but it's not going to give you much by no means at all. Just so you know. But it will give you, you know, if you're just looking for that wash, it will give you that. But again, there you got ColourPop, Juvia's Place. You got all these different companies out here now that Too Faced just isn't cutting it. You know what I mean? They're really truly not cutting it when it comes to product versus price point. And it's not like you're getting that much product. These pans are pretty small, to be honest with you. Now, some of the colors will build, but not by much. I mean, this is as dark as the shade is going to get. You know what I mean? So, again, you're kind of playing with, like, how dark of palettes are you wanting? How comfortable are you with said, you know, color palette and stuff? Because if you're just looking for a little bit, then you'll be all right. If you're looking for a bam in your face, this is not going to give it to you. I'm going to take this purple shade. First I used the peachy shade, and then I went in with this maroon shade, but I got this talking and I forgot to tell you. Now we're going to go in with this like lavender shade for the bottom lash line. And I'm not saying that this palette won't produce beautiful looks. I'm not saying that, because it will. It will create really pretty looks. But so will a ColourPop palette, you know? And I think that that's where I'm having my issue. Because if I'm going to go for a look like this, a light look, I need the mattes to blend, which these do. So that's fine. But I need the metallics to pop. I mean, I really need these metallics to pop, and they don't. And that's where my problem lies, is that they don't. As much as I try, as hard as I try, I cannot get them to pop at all. So we're going to go into this color right now, and I'm going to lay it all over my lid so that I can show you what these metallic shades look like wet, or dry, I mean, not wet. And there is a little bit of pigment here, don't get me wrong. There's a little. There's not much. And I don't get any fallout either. I'll say that now too. But it's not like the best. But it does give you a little bit. So again, if you're just looking for a little, then this may be your palette. I don't know. But for me, that's not what I'm looking for. I can tell you that now. Under no circumstance is that what I'm looking for. I want a metallic. You know, when I go to put a metallic, I want to see a metallic. For sure. Alright, then we're going to take this lightest pink shade right here, and I'm just going to pop it right in my inner corner. Like that. And again, it's a metallic, but is it giving me much? No, it's really not. Again, it is giving me something, but not much. Yes, you can spray it and you will get a little more, and that I'll show in a minute what I mean by that, because if you use your finger or spray it, you will get a little bit of more oomph for sure. Alright, now I'm going to take this metallic purple right here, and I'm just going to take it on this little brush, Rephr brush, and run it right up against this lash line, just so you can see that purple a little bit better, that lavender purple that we laid down there, because this has got a little bit more pigment than that lavender does. Not by much, but it does have a little bit. But this is also a metallic shade, so I didn't want it like all over my eye, but I do want to line with it a little bit. And it's not like it's giving me a whole bunch, but it is giving me a little bit of something. And again, if you're careful, you won't get fallout. You can always spray or use a glitter glue if you really want to, be completely safe. But I don't, what I do get as far as fallout, it brushes away very easily. Then I'm going to take this bigger shade right here, the champagne shade, and I'm just going to put my finger in it. And then I'm going to dot it right in the middle of my eye. And you'll see that by using my finger and the warmth, it really does bam then. You know what I mean? Like, you are getting a little bit something. Versus just applying it with a brush like I did with that pink. But either way, it's up to you on how you want to do it, to be honest. It's just, I don't really like to use my fingers because I don't find it to be more accurate or anything like that. So that's where I have my issues. Because I'll have it like all over my face if I do it like that in a sense. But I mean, to each their own, however somebody wants to apply their makeup. And I'm just going to go back into that purple magenta shade and put it back through here again, because I don't want to lose that shade. And I'm not saying the look turned out bad, because I like this look. I like the first look I did. It's just, there's just nothing wowing about it, is basically where I'm at with it. Nothing wowing at all. It's not bad. It's not great. It's, and that's the thing. There's so many palettes out here nowadays. It has to be something special in my eyes, I feel. Now, it is pretty. There's no doubt to that. I'm using the Tartelette mascara today. This can create light, beautiful looks, easy, quick. But there's just so many different options out here that, like, they've got to step it up with their formula. Especially for the amount of product that you get and the price point. They're not, Tarte is coming, and they're stepping up their stuff. And I think that's smart. And Too Faced is cutesy, and they do get away with a lot because of that. But as cute as it is, or as cutesy as it can be, if the quality is not there, it's no longer cute. Because if it's just sitting around, and yeah, you can look at it and it's adorable and it's cute, if it can't be used, or if it's not being used, it's pointless. So I do feel like they need to step it up. But that's just my opinion, of course. And we all have opinions, so I'm going to use the ColourPop Exit eyeliner for the lower lash line, my waterline. Lower waterline, that's the word I'm looking for. I'll put a little bit up top too, why not? Like that. There. And then I'm just going to use the same mascara for the bottom lashes. And then we are done. And then, I don't know. I know me, and I know what I'm reaching for. And now that I've used this palette, and I've only used it twice, I just don't feel like my opinion is going to change. And I feel like this is going to go into my Too Faced collection and not be used again, to be honest. I just don't think I'm going to pull for it. I could be wrong as spring comes around, but I just don't feel like I am, because I feel like I'm going to reach for my pastels palette or my Glam Light palette, the ice cream palette, or the cake palette. You know, like those are the palettes that I feel like I'm going to reach for when I want a pastel look. So I just don't see a point in me reaching for this one. But if you ain't got none of those palettes, then maybe you would like this one. But I would highly suggest you looking into those. Unless this one's just more, more easily for you to get. Okay. So that's the final look using this palette. Again, very pretty. I won't take away from that. And it is a very pretty palette. Again, I won't take away from that. And these two shades will trick you to think that there's something special, but there's not. They're just shadows. So that's all I have for you today. I hope this video helped. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it inspired you to pull out one of your pastel palettes and to create a look. Spring is right around the corner. But that is all I have. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And oh, for lips, I found my Hourglass lipsticks, my weapons. And I'm using the shade If Only today on my lips. And I actually like this formula too. So I've been finding a lot of my stuff. I've been excited because I'm actually more excited for what I already own versus what's coming out. And that's just a lot of fun to me. So I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.